Good morning. How are you? It's Caroline from Complete Fitness and Wellbeing with your 5 moves in 5 minutes. And as it's Friday morning, it's going to always be balance and strength. Our 30-minute class that we do every week, focusing on set moves every week and then adding some variety to those movements to challenge our balance and work on our strength. So going through midlife, we've got our balance covered, we're working our strength. So combined together when needed, then we've got it all there. So if you're going to join in with me, which is always fantastic, please make sure you're feeling fit and well. And as we are doing balance, knowing what your balance is like at the moment, today, how it's been over the last week or so, have something close to hand if you need to for that support, whether it's hand to just touch on the wall back of the chair. Make sure you're comfortable with that. Okay, good morning. We're going to do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. Some of the moves we can use weights to add some extra resistance. And today I'm going to do a couple of moves with a pillow or a cushion or a very flat, squidgy ball under my feet to add to that balance. So the body's having to adapt a little bit more because of a different surface that we're standing on. When the feet are nicely grounded on the floor, we feel nice and secure. But what happens when we change that environment? We walk on something different, or we have to start, balance on a cushion, for example. So we're going to begin with our a couple of regular moves. I'm going to use my cushion first of all. We're going to go into a split stance position. I'm starting with my left foot on the cushion, taking a step back, and then leading my right leg into my sprinter. So we're literally moving forward, coming back. 45 seconds, off we go. So driving my knee forward, back, opposite arms working as well. Now my foot feels quite comfortable on this cushion. It's not too unstable. It's quite a flattish cushion, but there is a little bit of difference. So my body is having to adjust to that. My foot is still working to feel that connection, to feel safe in this position. And whilst my other side again is working, pausing, bringing myself back again. So I'm aiming not to go too far forward. I want to come back. Get the right arm movement going. Now I'm looking straight ahead, but it could be that I could look left to right if that felt okay to do so. Because when we're walking, we're constantly looking left to right and things. Next move, we will do our tiptoe bend lower. This time feet hip width apart. And I'm going to keep one foot on here actually, not both. But I'm going to come into a tiptoe, then gently bend and lower, straighten. So again, the levels of my feet are just slightly different now. I've got to adjust. Lovely. We're working again, the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Again, the calves, the shins, the thighs, hamstrings, glutes, a bit of everything. And if you wanted to, again, you could hold a weight for this movement as well. So we're then working with that resistance. Oops. Lovely. But that's the thing with the balance as well. It can be a bit of fun too, because you're having to adjust and just see what sort of positions you can get into. Right, from here, I'm going to use a very flat, squishy ball. And my left foot is going to stay on here. Now, this is more challenging than having that cushion, but it still feels okay. I'm supported. I'm going to go into a single leg squat. So my right leg is going to hover. So I'd very gently hinge back a little bit. Now, this is actually really quite challenging. So obviously you don't have to do this at all. You could just keep one foot on the floor and we go into that single leg squat. We could be holding on to something too. And if we didn't want to go into a squat, maybe just if our foot is on the ball or the cushion, just raising the other leg might be enough. So assess where you're at. This is trickier than I thought. I thought, oh, squishy ball will be fine. But actually, it's very challenging. Oh, I've hardly got anything done with that one. But that's fine. From here, we're going to go into an inchworm. So we're going to walk down and then take one arm up, one arm off and rotate. So we're balancing. We've got 3 points of contact. So I'm going to start from here, gently hinge down, walk myself out into my press up plank position. And then I'm going to take my right arm up and just gently rotate at my hips and my feet. Reach up, come back down again. And then take my left arm up. And then from there, I'm going to walk myself back up again. So you might think, well, actually, that's not very balancy, but actually getting up and getting down is a big part of helping with our balance as well, because if we lose our balance and fall, can we get back up again? So I'm going to come back down again, softening my knees, reaching down, walking myself out forward, and then gently bringing one arm up, and then the other. Lovely. And then I'm going to gently come back up again. It might be, again, you find different ways to get up, get down, but can we get up and get down, reasonably well? Last move, I'm going to do this with just foot on the floor. We're going to go into a single leg sort of deadlift. So I'm hinging and my left leg is hovering. And with my weight, it could be the cushion, it could be anything. I'm then just going to pass that hand to hand. So I'm creating movement and a bit of momentum at the top of the body, whilst my lower body, specifically my right leg, is having to stabilize me. Let's come around that way so you can see as well. Again, the left leg doesn't have to be up high at all. And if we didn't want to go into a hinge like this, again, we could just stand. Perhaps take the leg off, foot off the floor, so we're just standing more upright. But we're getting that change of movement throughout the body to have to adapt to keep ourselves in that position. So there we go, 5 moves in 5 minutes, 2 regular moves, just incorporating some different surfaces as well today. So if you're going to do that, please make sure you are careful and you really do what feels okay. And then adding some different movements that you might not think are just for balance, but it all builds up to contributing to the body being able to adapt to different situations and different movement patterns. Let me know how you get on. And I would love to know, actually, do you practice your balance specifically? Is it something you are aware of throughout the day, so you are working on it? Because we are working on our balance a lot of the time without thinking about it. Every time we walk, we're going on to one leg, so we're balancing. Let me know your thoughts. Have a super weekend. I'll be back next week with more 5 moves in 5 minutes. If you want to find out more information about the classes, let me know below and I'll be in touch. Take care and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.